have arrived and unloaded here at none other than Utica-Rome Speedway. It is night 1 of points as the championship chase is on. I don't know. Out of the gate, I drew 22 for us. You know my thoughts on that, as the last couple of times I drew pretty good and still started 5th at Thunder, so who knows. I think tonight, I have a good feeling about tonight. There are a lot of cars here as Brewerton's not open yet, so we have all of them here. Big names for you guys. Matt Williamson's here, Phelps is here. I don't know anyone else off the top of my head right now, but I'm sure you'll see when we get to racing. But with all that being said, stay tuned for some racing.
How's that work when you roll on the side?
Just don't keep the same figure from then. 85 and a quarter. But that hasn't changed.
First fucking time that he hammered on it over there, I saw white go flying. I was like, oh my god, something off our car is gone. So then I told the guy with the headset on over by me, I said, hey, there's something on the outside of 3 and 4. 3 and 4. And I was like, it's ours. And he was like, okay. So then they went over and picked it up. I was like, already, first lap, everything for him.
Number 2 for the Three Bastards Brewing 358 Modifieds will go away with Brandon Lotz from Bainbridge with the 23L inside run number 2. We are green off turn number 4. Winning the drag race into turn number 1 on the inside will be Phelps. Louts has got company to his starboard side, coming off turn number 4 in the form of Piotrowski. Piotrowski now crosses over, goes down low in turn number 2. Stephen Gray mixing it up now as Richmond gets away from White as they head down the backstretch into turn number 3, and a little slide pass on the inside of turns 3 and 4 to change in the number 2 spot as Piotrowski will take over the position behind your race leader, Jimmy Phelps. race leader Jimmy Phelps back into turns 1 and 2. He's been able to maintain that few car lengths gap over the Piotrowski machine, and he will roll into turns 3 and 4 here for the final time. Jimmy Phelps, the Baldwinsville Bandit, picks up the win in our second Three Bastards Brewing 358 Modified Heat Race. Richmond finishes second. Louts will take third.
Matt Williamson is hitting Chip. Jimmy Phelps just after the flag. And when he took off, I mean, he fucking took off. Can't fucking move.
And when it's stick, when it's one, like I'm on the brake trying to blow down and miss the bottom at one.
Right.
And then I can get the bottom. That's how I missed it.
You look at it.
It's light coming in down there. I have to put it in there. Once it's very like what I mean, time is like when AJ got under me in the car one time. I was on the brake trying to turn it.
22W, M1, 22X, the pit shack. Green, last call. Limited, heat 1, start lining them up. Limited, heat 1, start lining them up. Start lining them up.
I can tell by the way you guys walked away from there that you guys saw.
I can't remember if any of us have done a recap, but so far, started third, finished third, which put us in a redraw spot because they were redrawing top 4. They're scrambling to get the car hooked up and ready to roll for the feature event, and I drew pole for tonight's feature, so fingers crossed that everything goes as we hope.
Justin gets the food. 11 to the pit shack. Justin gets the food. Limited here, going to the pit shack.
Dad?
Yep.
My nose is running because I just sprinted all the way over to Brandon, way the fuck over there,
Mouse, young lady.
because we forgot to turn GoPros on. But we're starting pole.
Yeah. Somebody worked her magic tonight.
I don't think I've ever drew pole in my life. I drew second multiple times, not pole.
Yeah.
What are your 2 cents?
Just do what he does, that's it.
That's what I told him when I got over there.
Stay on the track.
Hopefully we have that issue figured out. But I don't know.
Here is your starting lineup.
Row number 1 is going to be the 23 of Brandon Luggs on the outside. It's going to be the Baldwinsville Bandit, the 98 of Jimmy Phelps. Green flag is out. We're underway with our modified feature. Down to number 1 and 2 for the first time. It's going to be Brandon Luggs and Jimmy Phelps side by side in the corner. Down the back straightaway, Luggs to take the race lead from Jimmy Phelps. They roll down to turn number 3 and 4. Matt Williamson already up on the move. He's already passed a couple cars here in this one. Here comes Ronnie Davis, the third on the inside. Side by side off the corner. Left the board. Brandon Lux on 23.
Top four nose to tail through turns 1 and 2, and fanning out again on the outside is Money Matt. Willie Decker to the inside of Jimmy Phelps in the race for the number 2 spot as they go into turn number 3 with Nicholas Root not too far behind them. Decker tried to get a run at race leader Laux coming off turn number 4, and the wicked tease caution.
Trouble in turn number 3 and 4. We got cars everywhere.
Dad, we led our first lap.
2.
No, we counted 1 though.
Oh.
Caution on lap 1. And we're in the pole.
Decker looking down to the inside here as we are back to green. Into turn number 1, it'll be Jimmy Phelps driving around the outside of Brandon Laux. Laux comes right back at him though, and they are roaring neck and neck down the backstretch for the race lead as they go into turn number 3 with Decker only about a car length back. Phelps trying to forge ahead on the outside. He will lead lap number 2.
Jimmy Phelps down to the race lead. The Baldwinsville Bandit. He'll take the race lead away. Oh, contact down the front straightaway. Rocky Warner gets into Dave Dickey. We're all A-okay though as they work their way down to turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, Matt Williamson now up into the 5th spot. It's Willie Decker in 3rd. Brandon Laux in the 2nd spot. Battles all throughout the raceway. Mike Richmond has gone backwards a little bit here off the restart as they work their way off turn number 3 and 4. Talbot to the inside of Richmond down the front straightaway. Meanwhile, battle between Decker and Laux here in turn number 1 and 2. Decker to the inside of Laux as they battle into turn number 1 and 2.
All right, caution on 3. We're now 2nd.
Green flag is back in the air.
And Phelps gets on the loud pedal coming off turn number 4. Decker and Laux will drag race into the corner. And Laux will drop in ahead of Decker, pushes up the racetrack. That opens the door for Willie. He's able to slide through into the number 2 spot. Root fends off the challenge from Williamson, RD3, and Matt Janzik mixing it up. Richmond getting into the side of Marcachelli. Outside with the 3 wide move as they come charging off turn 4.
We got a battle here between Brandon Laux and Matt Williamson starting to heat up here off the corner as they work their way down the back straightaway and down into turn 3 and 4. The field will go. Meanwhile, Matt Janzik, contact into the corner. Ronnie Davis around. Janzik is around right in front of the field. Big hit from Marcachelli, and we're under yellow.
All right, caution on 5, and we're 3rd.
And Phelps gets on the gas, and we are back underway here in the Three Bastards Brewing 358 modified.
That could have been big. Somebody was completely sideways in front of the field there off of turn number 4. Everybody saves it as we're underway here. Williamson to the inside of Talbot now. Matt Williamson on the move. Here comes Williamson to the inside of Peyton Talbot. Talbot way up high. Talbot's on the move. Peyton Talbot with the 14T making it happen up on the high side. It is Peyton Talbot now going to clear the 1 of Willie Decker. Decker is in the 3rd spot. Jimmy Phelps leads. Talbot is 2nd. Decker is 3rd, and then you've got Matt Williamson back to 4th. Yellow is out on the raceway.
Caution on 9, and I think, what are we, 9th? I think we're 9th. If not 9th, it's 8th.
Back to green as we come off turn number 4. Let's keep our eyes on the front of the field here. Peyton Talbot was on a charge before the caution came out, and now he's going to set sail after Jimmy Phelps for the race lead.
side of Talbot. These two battling into the corner. Talbot up high. Phelps down low as these two battle it out for position. Talbot will still close the high side. Lap car just ahead of Jimmy Phelps. A little bit of contact made between Miller. Oh, man, almost got tight off the Ford. Man, oh, man. Oh, and no, Miller and Jimmy Phelps get together. Oh, no, 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 no. And now we have a caution.
Caution on 19, and we're
8, I think.
6, 7.
7th?
Yeah, because Phelps is over there.
Green flag back in the air. Your race leader, Williamson, already charged for a race lead. Down to number 1 and 2. He is also good here at this raceway. He's also good at every raceway, it seems like. Matt Williamson will take the race lead. Meanwhile, oh, trouble on the back straightaway. Look out, cars scattering everywhere. Brandon Lumps got turned. Lumps got turned and nearly got clipped by a couple other cars coming by. So. Lumps will pull away. Brandon Lumps will tag on the tail. Tough road for him to get back to the front.
Williamson rolls it tight off turn number 4. Talbot follows in the tire tracks as they go rolling down into turns 1 and 2. First one to jump out is Lightning Larry White to the outside of Nicholas Root.
Corner. Checkered is going to be out. On light will go to Money Matt. Oh, and I say that, and we have a caution.
All right, 1 to settle it here, MG Promotions. 1 to go is in the air. Williamson just pulling away from White here through turns 1 and 2 on the takeoff, and he's got about 4 car lengths in the bank as they'll roll it down into turns 3 and 4. The double checkers will be waving. He withstands a 1-lap dash to the finish. It's Money Matt going to the house.
Nothing over 3 and 4. Like bottom's like on the new tires. You can get drive out of 4 if you're against the new tires, but I couldn't get down.
Going in.
Going in.
Yeah.
And it did. Alright then.
And it did in the heat.
Yeah, it was fine going in. Just start
When you're back on throttle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The heat race, it adds 160.
So we'll start there and see what it does next week. 'Cause that's where they're, it's part of it. You got a good start on the beginning.
First start, because I set the pace.
Right. And then when they set the pace slower than you, just like we had with the 410. You know, I tell you to go out and set your own. When you're in the front, set your own pace. And that's what they're doing. But you got more pole because they're running more gear. So
I was climbing the U tire over here.
I know I see it bounce off.
Like, third one in from the last one.
Yeah.
the left front would kind of bounce off of
I
it.
see it pop there a couple times. You know, all in all, I know you were. I don't think Walters was going to get by you. Even he couldn't get underneath you.
Started cracking.
I heard something cracking. I was like, what the fuck?
Poor Dilly. We're stuck here.
Lights are flickering. Bam.
Oh my god. Well, we had a very eventful night last night, didn't we?
Yeah.
Between, I don't even know if you would call it getting dumped, but it's just easier to say getting dumped because we had contact with someone and spun us around. Between that mid to late race and the light pole that we parked next to falling down, we literally just couldn't catch a break that night, could we?
No, hopefully it's just a bad week, and we definitely have things we're changing this week on the car to hopefully better. Because we didn't have a horrible car, but definitely wasn't happy with where we were at. We were kind of fading back. So we got some issues that we're going to be fixing and changing.
Going from there,
Hopefully.
yeah. But I drew the pole. One time in my life that I draw the pole, and everything else goes to shit.
Yep.
But, well, I think Thunder got rained out today, so scratch that. But I think next would be Utica-Rome Friday, and then Thunder on Saturday this coming week. So stay tuned for those. And do you have anything else to say? Nothing? Okay. So with that being said, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, join our newsletter, Facebook, do all the things to stay in the loop with everything Team 23. And come back next week. We'll see you later. Bye guys.